Mr. Speaker, I am a fighter, not a quitter.
Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the most hilarious moments where a celebrity accidentally roasted themselves.
This is snort-worthy, Katie. I mean, I just can't believe that you're such an insufferable snob.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 10. Jeff Fairburn's bonus.
The head of one of Britain's biggest house builders, Persimmon, has come under public criticism after walking out of a BBC interview in which he was asked about his £75 million bonus.
Between 2013 and 2018, Fairburn was the CEO of Persimmon plc, a house building company based in Yorkshire. In a 2018 interview, Fairburn was asked about his incredible £75 million bonus, which was previously £100 million before backlash.
I think, I'd rather not talk about that. It's been well covered, actually.
So you don't want to discuss that today?
When the topic came up, Fairburn refused to answer. This lack of a response was arguably worse than if he'd been honest about his immense wealth.
Well, I'm not surprised, but I'm angry. I'm absolutely angry about this. 75 million. So basically this whole development is his bonus.
Apparently, he was going to give a significant portion to charity, but there's no record of this ever happening. Not long after the interview, he was asked to step down from the role, as it had ruined his reputation so badly.
Are there any lessons to be learned from that? It was the biggest bonus in the country. No. Okay, right, fine.
Number 9. Corden's lazy apology.
As some of you may have seen, last week there were stories about me being banned from a restaurant. And at the time I considered, tweeting about it or Instagramming about it.
It should come as no surprise that James Corden is one of the UK's most hated comedians. One of his most infamous scandals came in 2022 when he got banned from a New York restaurant.
As her meal came wrong to the table the third time, in the heat of the moment, I made a sarcastic, rude comment, right, about cooking it myself. And it is a comment I deeply regret.
The owner claimed he'd treated his staff horribly. Eventually, Corden apologised and admitted to the error of his ways. When it first came out, he went on his talk show, and rather than genuinely saying sorry, he went on a long monologue about how he wasn't in the wrong. It ended with him claiming he would apologise in person later, but not actually doing it on the show.
I hope I'm allowed in again one day, so when I'm back in New York, I can go there and apologise in person, which is something I will absolutely do.
Corden also showed tweets of people mocking him, as if being aware that your behaviour is wrong makes it okay.
When I become president of hell, I'm going to make super hell and put James Corden in it.
Number 8. Hancock cries.
I thought he was laughing. At the time, I thought he was laughing. But, of course, he was apparently crying.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, Conservative politician Matt Hancock was the Secretary of State for Health and Social Care. When vaccines were being rolled out for the first time in 2021, Hancock appeared on Good Morning Britain to discuss this historic moment. He ended up making an absolute fool of himself when he began pretending to cry live on air.
Oh, God. You're quite emotional about it. Well, it's just, it's been such a tough year for so many people.
It looked like someone who had only had crying described to them, attempting to weep.
I was on my own in a dark, windowless booth answering questions when they played the video of Margaret Keenan getting her jab. She was the first person. Suddenly, I completely lost it, blubbing away, battling to regain my composure as tears streamed down my face.
The show's hosts didn't even realise, with Susanna Reid assuming he was laughing. Unsurprisingly, he didn't stick around as the health secretary for long, as he resigned after breaking social distancing restrictions and playing tonsil tennis with Gina Coladangelo.
For Christ's sake, pull yourself together, I told myself desperately. Then the camera was back on me, my microphone was live, and my watery red eyes were there for all to see. Gina said, at least I'd shown how I felt.
Number 7. Boris said no rules were broken.
Was a Christmas party thrown in Downing Street for dozens of people on December the 18th?
What I can tell the right honourable gentleman is that is that all guidance was followed completely during Number 10.
Back when Boris Johnson was still Prime Minister, he became embroiled in a scandal about illegal Parliament parties. This became known as Partygate, with Downing Street being accused of breaking its own lockdown laws.
The defence seems to be no rules were broken. Well, I've got the rules that were in place at the time Prime Minister of this party. They're very clear, Mr. Speaker.
Johnson famously said in Parliament that no rules were broken. It turned out that they had, leading to a handful of government staff resigning alongside destroying Johnson's reputation.
While people were banned from seeing their loved ones at Christmas last year, it was fine for him and his friends to throw a boozy party in Downing Street.
It wasn't the only reason he resigned as an MP in 2023, but it was a major contributing factor. If only he'd been honest from the outset rather than lying, he might have managed to save face somewhat.
He's not denied it. He says no rules were broken. Both of those things can't be true, Prime Minister. He's taking the British public for fools.
Number 6, David Icke on Wogan.
According to his book, The Truth Vibrations, the world as we know it is about to end. David Icke.
Once upon a time, David Icke made a living playing football. Now he's primarily known for his out-of-this-world conspiracy theories. This phase began in the early 90s when a psychic told him he was God's son.
The press claim that you claim to be the son of God.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Yes, you see, the thing is that...
Shortly after, he was interviewed by Terry Wogan and ended up getting laughed off the show.
But this is very hard. This is very hard on priests and nuns, isn't it?
Well...
It transformed the public perceptions of Icke completely, with him going from being a respected presenter to feeling like he was a laughingstock.
This is how telepathy works. An energy field leaves one being and other beings can tune into it and read that thought.
Afterwards, the BBC was questioned for its decision to broadcast the interview in the first place, but eventually, years later, Wogan apologised for this incident.
Was it a great shock for you to discover this at 38?
Number 5, Nick Griffin on Question Time.
The leader of the British National Party, Nick Griffin.
The most controversial guest in Question Time history was easily Nick Griffin, former leader of the BNP. It led to major protests, but when Griffin finally went on, he made a mess of his appearance.
So Winston Churchill put everything on the line so that my ancestors wouldn't get, slaughtered in the concentration camps. But here sits a man who says that that's a myth, just like a flat world was a myth. How could you say that? How could you?
For instance, David Dimbleby asked him about comments he'd made denying the Holocaust. Rather than providing an earnest response in an effort to improve his public image, he replied with a wide grin on his face.
Denying the Holocaust, Francis. Did you deny the Holocaust?
I did not have a conviction for Holocaust denial.
But you did deny it. Why are you smiling? It's not a particularly amusing issue.
Dimbleby didn't hold back from asking Griffin about his own quotes. Most of these he denied ever saying, despite the evidence that he did.
And I said to the representatives of Gaddafi that before he should do anything else, he should stop funding the IRA, which might be why I never got the meeting.
You wanted him to fund you instead?
Number 4, Kreed Kafer.
Derek sometimes gets possessed. This can happen quite a lot. This has been happening quite frequently.
Derek Acorah became famous as a spiritual medium on Most Haunted, where he'd experience intense possessions weekly. Quite a few people were sceptical, including the show's resident skeptic, Ciarán O'Keefe. The skeptic decided to feed him fake information before filming, warning him of the ghost of Kreed Kafer.
Is he telling you something, Derek? Is Sam giving you a name?
Kreed Kafer! This was an anagram of Derek Faker, which finally exposed his trickery. Host Yvette Fielding had previously stated nothing was faked, so this development meant he had to be kicked off the series.
Kreed Kafer! Derek?
This wasn't the end for his TV trickery though. He kept at it, and even tried to contact the ghost of Michael Jackson in 2009. Number 3, Katie Hopkins' child names.
I think you can tell a great deal from a name. For me, there's certain names that I hear them and I think, ooh,
We will likely never see Hopkins invited back to This Morning. This is mainly because her appearances were so controversial that they decided she was too risky to invite on. In 2013, she claimed on the show that she wouldn't let her children play with other kids if they had lower class names.
I don't like footballers' names. I don't like names after seasons of the year. I don't like geographical location names, celebrity names.
This included children named after locations, such as India. Philip Schofield was quick to point out that one of her daughters has this name.
Your child's called India?
Yes, but that's because it's not related to a location. That's because it's
India
related
isn't
to
a
location. No.
Hopkins denied that the name India was geographical, ignoring the fact that it's been used as a place name since the ancient Greeks.
That's the Tylers, the Charmaines, the Chantels, the Chardonnays.
And has no one shouted out, Esme, come back here?
I don't hear that so much.
Number 2. Farage denies Trump's disinfectant claims.
And then I see the disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or...
During the COVID pandemic, President Donald Trump famously encouraged injecting disinfectant into our bloodstreams to prevent the virus. This is obviously extremely dangerous and can be potentially fatal. After his announcement, Nigel Farage appeared on Good Morning Britain and denied this claim.
No. End this nonsense. He never mentioned bleach pears. Do not.
Well, he did. I heard him.
Do not allow your viewers to believe that.
It was followed up by Piers Morgan playing the exact clip of the president's announcement.
Grow up, stop being fake news.
Okay. Sorry, Nigel, just to clarify, these are the words of Donald Trump.
Grow up and stop being fake news. He never said bleach.
Okay. Even after being shown the audio clip, Farage denied that he'd made the claims, saying that he had specifically said disinfectant rather than bleach, completely ignoring the fact that injecting yourself with disinfectant is a horrific idea.
Medical doctor.
Sorry, Nigel, have I made that up?
Yes.
Okay.
We just saw the clip.
Number 1. Liz Truss isn't a quitter.
I came into office at a time of great economic and international instability. Families and businesses were worried about how to pay their bills.
Few prime ministers had a more disastrous term than Liz Truss, who ended up resigning before making it past 50 days in office.
I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party.
In her brief tenure, she implemented a plethora of controversial policies that got her nothing but bad press. It culminated in her being outlasted by a lettuce and her resignation in October 2022. The day before this announcement, she hilariously proclaimed in the Houses of Parliament that she was a fighter, not a quitter.
Mr. Speaker, I am a fighter and not a quitter.
This turned out to be a complete lie when she stood on Downing Street a day later and announced that she was not only quitting, but was the quickest PM in history to do so.
I recognise, though, given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party.
Were there any especially savage examples we forgot to mention? Let us know in the comments below.